Speaker. We know what has happened to countries that have defaulted, Mr. Speaker. Things will get even worse. But the president is simply telling the country that let me be a responsible father and tell you the hard facts that between you as the adult population today in the Republic of Kenya and the future generations, that is our children, our young people that are in schools, feeling the pain of a country that has been ravaged by death, Mr. Speaker, we'd rather feel the pinch as a parent generation, Mr. Speaker, so that our children can inherit a sound economy, a country that is thriving, Mr. Speaker, a better nation than what was handed over to us, Mr. Speaker. And I agree with the president on that particular decision. Many a times, Mr. Speaker, people debate, people speak about these particular things. Oh, there's too much taxation, cost of living is too high. There is no assumption, Mr. Speaker. I know each and every part of the country is complaining about this particular issue. But the difference between us and our critics, Mr. Speaker, is that we are honest with our people, telling them that this is a cause, this is the reason why we are facing this particular situation, but there is hope in the hinterland, Mr. Speaker, that the things that we are doing today are for a better 2024, a better 2025, and an even more prosperous 2030s, Mr. Speaker. Otherwise, Mr. Speaker, if we decided to run a subsidized economy like our colleagues were doing, Mr. Speaker, you will know for a fact that despite the fact, Mr. Speaker, that many people are speaking about the challenges in the fuel sector, for example, you know, Mr. Speaker, that at the time of the coming in of this administration, thanks to the fuel subsidy program that was being run, this present financial year, Mr. Speaker, as we speak today, we are clearing a debt of close to 80 billion Kenya shillings, paying for previous fuel that Kenyans consumed, was not paid for, Mr. Speaker, but it passed and parcel of the bills that we are living today. Up to how long, Mr. Speaker?
Senator Aaron, do you want to be informed by Senator Eddy?
Until, first of all, he learns, Mr. Speaker, how to seek, Mr. Speaker, the attention of the Speaker. That is, you know, Mr. Speaker, in this house you graduate and learn. If he has not known how to use the gadgets, Mr. Speaker, and is using the mouth instead, does he really merit to inform a majority leader, Mr. Speaker?
He has done it. He's done
no,
it.
No, Mr. Speaker, let me help you.
There's an intervention.
How you get the intervention of the Speaker is that you press and you wait. You don't shout, Mr. Speaker. That is a lesson that I want to pass on to Senator Eddy.
It's been rejected. Proceed, Senator Aaron.
Mr. Speaker, sir, I don't mind being informed by Senator Eddy now that he has learned, so long as he promised, as Mr. Speaker, not to be shouting at the Speaker, Mr. Speaker. But at the next opportunity, he must commit before informing me, Mr. Speaker, that he has learned the lesson of how to seek the attention of the Speaker.
So, proceed to inform Senator Eddy.
You know, majority, and I want to call you a very special name, majority, not even senator. You have talked about a very patent issue on the issue of taxation. And I do agree with you to some extent that we must indeed raise some capital to be able to help our country to deal with the issue of debt. But it can't be that we are going towards over-taxation. Because what I need to inform you about is that when you raise the taxes to the extent that we have seen them raised in the past few months, majority, even when you like it or not, businesses have to make a business decision. Are you aware that 30% of our business today that the president found have now made decisions to close their businesses, including Saracen, that is one of the biggest marketing agencies in the country, have decided to close borders and open offices in other countries so that they can avoid high taxation. The consequence, therefore, becomes that other means of seeking for this revenue befalls the president. And that is why the president now is forced to start looking for resources in other places like ID cards, death certificates, and other things that cannot raise revenue. So high taxation is what we're talking about, and I want to urge you, majority, that let us think about moderate taxation and not this high taxation that is killing business in this country. No, this is a point of information.
Eddy,
Speaker, that one should be declared a point of misinformation, Mr. Speaker, because the things that Eddy is saying are completely, Mr. Speaker, the opposite of things as they know. He needs to check the records of how many new businesses have registered this new financial year alone, Mr. Speaker, because, Mr. Speaker, people can see the transformational path and the journey that Kenya is on. I can tell you for a fact that I know more than